Okay, so just figured I'd film the intro in the gym and not in the car just because we got a push day today. So we got some incline dumbbell press and we've got some either flat machine press or slightly inclined machine press. Some flies, some side and front delts, and some triceps. I'm gonna wear the belt today, but I don't think I'm gonna click it in, because it's still set to when I was cutting, so just putting it on in general is sort of snug. And then on like push days, that's kind of all I need, is just for it to be a little snug. But like on like a leg day or a lower day, then I'll tighten it and like really use it for a brace. This is just kind of like a little bit of a brace. Still a brace, but not as crazy. So we got incline dumbbell bench first. So I will see you guys on push days. So I have a really long warm up that I do before you guys see anything, because my lats don't sit super even in my front lat spread or my front relax poses. So I'm doing some shoulder mobility work to help with that. So I do that for about 20 minutes before I even turn on the camera. But past that, I'll grab the bar up here and then kind of turn my body away and get a big stretch like in my pec right here. And I don't really hold these stretches for very long, just for a couple seconds. And then I'll do a couple pull-ups to get some blood in my lats, because you're kind of resting everything on top of them. So it's good for them to be warmed up and have some blood in them too, just so that you're not like going into it totally cold, So I don't do a ton of these either. I just do like, I don't know, 5 or 6 with like pretty slow form. And then, now I'll warm up with some lightweight and then do my first set, and then I'll show you my second. Okay, so we got, last week we did this incline. We got the 90s for 13, which is too many. So we're gonna go for the 95s this week. Let me chalk up actually quick. Okay, so I think 11 hypothetically was possible, but I felt a little twinge in my shoulder. So maybe I went a little bit too low, kind of got out of the pocket a little. But either way, that's a PR. I got the 95s for 10. Please let this serve as a friendly reminder to always lift with a spotter. In the event that you are attempting a weight that you have not attempted for a long time, or a weight that you are attempting after already fatigued from other weights, you should always use a spotter. And if you are not going to use a spotter, please do not use safety clips on the side of your weight so that you can safely bail, like I have in this situation, and not get trapped under the weight and be stuck indefinitely. Another good reminder is that sometimes your guesses are wrong. So I just hit 225 for 12 and then 10. And then I was going to film the set of 8, which theoretically should have been a breeze because normally I lose 2 reps after a set. That's just kind of how my strength falls off. And so I thought 8 would be failure. And it was, and I tried 9. So I just shouldn't have gone for 9. So sometimes your guesses are right, and then just stick with your guess. Don't overestimate a rep, especially if you're by yourself. That was fine there. Like I had failure in mind. So, I had a good way to bail. I had the safeties because I planned on just bailing, but I thought I would get the rep there. I thought I was going to rack it. I got the rep, but the rack was just messed up. So, yeah, just be careful, I guess, is the take. Just be careful in the gym. It for the most part, very safe if you know what you're doing and you're doing it right. But I know what I'm doing, I would like to say, and so, possibility for injury still there. So be careful, bros, okay? Now I'm going to go over to that flat machine over there. No, I'm not. We're on to shoulders now, so I will see you at lateral raises. You already know what time it is, guys. It's time to pay our dues to the lateral raise machine. Nothing else to say about it. Ooh. All right, tricep push downs now. I got a rope, so I'm gonna do it with the rope. I like these. On these ones, I'm paying attention to keeping my shoulders down. I don't want them to bunch up. I want them to stay locked down like that. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna have to do this next set from the ground because I am setting the weight down when I go to the bottom of a rep, or the top, so yeah. All right. All right, dude. Pretty good lift. Pretty good pump. Feel pretty good. I'd like to talk about something for a moment. You've probably heard of him before. Chris Williamson. He's like a big podcaster. Modern Wisdom is his podcast. He talks frequently about this sort of period of change that happens in a lot of people's lives where you've not cut off from your old friends, but you don't have your new friends yet, or you're not totally done with your old job, but you don't have your new job yet, or like, you're stuck between something. And that's okay. And sometimes being stuck can be a good thing. But, however, if you feel stuck, that is not an excuse to stay stuck, if you get me. Fear is not the reason you shouldn't do something. So if you feel stuck, and because you feel stuck, you're afraid to go forward and take a leap of whatever, then you will be stuck for quite some time. Because fear doesn't just go away. I don't know if you knew. You gotta just do it, and then it goes away after. But yeah, man. Also, man, like, just appreciate that transition period. Because, like, especially dudes my age, like early 20s, late teens, that's just all like transition period, dude. And that should be looked at as though it's a blessing. Like, right now, I don't have a girlfriend, and I just get to devote all my time to this. I get to study the Bible more. I get to grow closer in my own faith. I get to do bodybuilding. I get to focus on making and eating my meals and family connections and stuff like that. And just sometimes when life slows down, it's good to count that as a blessing rather than freak out about it. Because, maybe I wish life was going a little bit faster. Maybe that's true, But at some point, I'm going to look back and think, man, I wish I was back living alone in that apartment again with all that free time. I'm going to wish that someday. So I just want to take care of this now and enjoy now as much as I can, so that one day when I look back, I don't regret not enjoying this. That's something I did like the summer before I moved away from my family. I just made sure that I was happy with them as much as I could be. And now when I look back on that summer, I'm not sad because I appreciated it in the moment. And now I don't have to sit and be like, man, I wish I would have appreciated that, because I just did. So if you live every day with gratefulness, you'll never look back and wish you would have treated your life better. Because if you're grateful every day, you're going to make decisions that reflect that, So just be grateful, man. There's so much to be grateful for. I mean, it's ridiculous. Modern medicine is insane. I would definitely be dead at this point if it weren't for modern medicine. So that's cool. Just like stuff that you don't think about, dude. It's cool to be grateful. On the topic of gratefulness, be grateful for your mother. Call your mom. Be grateful for the humans you share this earth with, dude. Be nice to people, be kind, be cool. Call your family, tell your bros you love them. And yeah, man, just have a good week. And be good. Be good. All right. Later, bros. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go home and eat chicken and rice.